Okay, so I just barely came down off of the hillside from Scott's house, and I wanted to take this video. It's going to be a little shaky. I can't stop that. So I'm going to make the U-turn and head then back up to where Scott lives. So you can see the drive up here. It's pretty crazy terrain. And then I'll make a second video going from his house over to the other cabin. So where this little geodome is on the right, that's kind of where it all stops. That's where everything stops, and you start in the kind of leave civilization. Then it's 4 miles. So behind me right now is Pigeon Forge, and up in front of me is Gatlinburg. I think Gatlinburg's about 4 to 5 miles up here. So let's see. Of course, I hit a stop sign or a stoplight. But I just wanted to show you guys the route that we take to get up here and give you kind of an idea of how crazy the roads are. So if you ever come up here to visit, I will tell you this, that in the little bit of cold that we've had, and in the rain when it was really bad, when the rain was really bad, I was glad to have a 4-wheel drive. However, there were plenty of 2-wheel drives getting around and doing just fine. Let's see. All right. So it says Gatlinburg 5 miles by a sign right here that I just passed. And I think it's about 2 miles up, 1 to 2 miles up, we make a U-turn. There's a river right here in the center of the road. I don't know if you can see that off to the left. But we're gonna drive up the road here. Sorry, I got the sun in my eyes. It's kind of hard holding the phone and driving smooth, or holding the phone smooth while I drive. I'm doing my best. Obviously, this looks very different during the spring and the summer when they've got all the leaves are out. I guess I could have got my GoPro and put my GoPro on the windshield. Okay, so the little sign coming up here, this is where I make the U-turn across the river to cut back over to Scott's cabin. Come across here. Got traffic coming. So let me get some clear traffic here. All the traffic coming from Gatlinburg. And we're just going to make this U-turn right here. I think it's kind of odd because it would seem like you would just want to cross right there, but they give you this little area that comes out, which allows you to get up to speed when you're going back towards Pigeon Forge. I'm just going to show you the road here. You know, I've never timed it, so I don't know how long this takes to get to Scott's house. This is where the road had washed out right here, where I was showing you the blocks of road that had washed away. And then coming back the other way, where I showed the car crossing through the deeper water, that was right here. And had to make sure the road hadn't washed out, so I watched the other car to make sure they'd made it through before I headed in. There's this guy right here that sells firewood. So if you need fresh firewood for your fire, I guess. You see there's a lot of cabins and a lot of people that actually, you know, these aren't all rentals. Some of the people live here. This creek on the right is what had filled up with rain when I was when it rained really heavy. But these houses have been here forever, so I guess it does that on occasion. Let's see. And then here's where we turn right, where it says Sky Harbor, turn right, the blue sign there. So we're gonna head up here to the Sky Harbor area. And this starts up pretty steep. This on the right where I just passed, that was where the guy's driveway had completely washed out, where it was all the way across and his cars were trapped. All right, I'm going up at about, probably a 30-degree or more slope here, but it's going to get real steep in a second. Where that guardrail is, I'm going to make a left-hand turn, but it's a hairpin. So I got to turn up this. So going up, it's not quite 45 degrees, but it's getting close. And it flattens out or plateaus out a little bit. And we're going to come around this turn here, tight turn. Go up some more. I guess I should have like a little elevation app so I can see what my elevation is. The only way I can explain the elevation is for you to look at like the driveways that are, you know, how they're sloped compared to the houses. But it's pretty steep coming up here, and it flattens out again, and we'll get steep again. And these turns, you know, fortunately on the right there, the gullies and everything are just, you get the tops of the trees, so it's only, you know, a 40-foot drop if I'm paying attention more to the camera than I am to the road here. All right, then coming up here at the top of the hill, this is where we turn into his street, Skyview Lane. I think it's First Street. Turn in here. Sorry about the reflection on the glass there. Now we're going to start going back down. And we're going down here at about a 35, 40 degree slope. And then that's Scott's cabin right here on the right. There's Hold Your Horses right there. I guess I got to take this out of the window here so you can see better without glare. So there's Hold Your Horses. His little bear box trash. And then there's 3 other cabins. There's one here and then 2 down at the bottom. Got the cleaning crew here. And then what I found is easier when I'm backing in is to come back up this way and then back in right here. So I bring it up and then from here just back in. 9 minutes and 30 seconds.